welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Today, taking flight again in the Airbus A320neo and flying from Krakow, Balice to Paris Charles de Gaulle. Flight time today is around 1 hour and 40 minutes or so. We'll see how that goes when we plug in our flight plan today. Otherwise, it should be a rather calm flight. Sun is slowly setting over Poland right now, and yeah, we should get some very spectacular sunsets as we depart. So yeah, we'll set the aircraft up, get everything ready to go. Hopefully in a couple of minutes we'll be airborne. Flying with the full mod set today, so we have got PACX active, I hope. Whoops. Does it not save the key commands? Yes, it has done. Ah, wrong key. Okay, so we've got PACX, we've got IVAO acting as ATC today, and we have got active Krakow Tower, so we shall be contacting them later on. But should be good, should be good. Right, the fuel panel's up, so we've quickly filled up the aircraft, and then we'll start setting everything ready to go. So we need around 21,000 pounds of fuel on board. 22, 21, that'll do. That's all fine. So, filled the aircraft up, all looking good. A quick look at the IVAO web map shows that we've got Krakow online right now. We have got a centre over Germany, so we've got a couple of those around us we'll be contacting later on. And then Paris is rather well covered, so hopefully they'll stay online as the flight goes on, but we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that changes. Right, batteries on. IRS is set to align, external power on. Fuel pumps, we have filled the aircraft up, but we don't need to fill it up. We didn't turn the fuel pumps on until we're ready to start the engines. Clear the warning. We'll turn on navigation lights, set the strobes to automatic. And that should us on the overhead. Now we'll start to set up. Head to initialization, let's plug in our flight plan. So flying today from Krakow, Balice to Paris Charles de Gaulle. Echo Papa Kilo Kilo to Lima Foxtrot Papa Golf. We are today uniform 23818. So easyJet 3818. Whoops, and our cost next today is 5. Cruising altitude is flights level 360 down to 350 after Omega, so we'll leave it at 366 for now. 50.2, and our centre of gravity is 22.1. So over to our flight plan page, and let's now plug in our waypoints. Or actually, before we do that, let's start passengers, shall we? So, start our flights, departing from Krakow to Paris, flying U23818, 36,000 feet cruise. Flight time is 2 hours 27, so 2 hours 30. And time to take off around 20-ish minutes. We'll go 25 minutes till we depart. We're an Airbus A320neo with 176 people on board. No Wi-Fi, no entertainment, no boarding music. We have got a safety briefing for easyJet. I don't think we've got boarding music. No, we don't. We have got snacks and drinks. We don't get a meal service. So, passengers now boarding. You can hear them in the background just making their noise. RS is aligned. We'll jump back down to the FMS, we'll program the flight plan, and then we'll contact the tower for clearance. So, over to the Airways page, starting off with Sudol. After Sudol, we fly to Baltu. After that, we fly to Donad. Then it's Aberu. Then we fly to Lonely. Then it's Auspitz. Don't know why I felt like doing that. After Auspitz, we fly to Bamto. Then it's Rudus. Glad you love the streams, Asher. Glad you enjoyed them. After that, we fly to Omega. Not long to go now. Then we fly Vetus. And that is that. So into the flight plan, and we'll just do a quick check, make sure everything looks normal. So it's after plan mode, we'll zoom out and just go step by step, make sure none of the waypoints going anywhere crazy, which they don't. I'm happy with that. We'll set the, we'll quickly grab the METAR information now for Krakow, which is welcome there, Reb, how you doing? So, METAR, Echo, Papa, Kilo, Kilo. So right now it's QNH1022. And, let's have a look. So visibility is fine, broken clouds at 400. 2508 knot wind, so it'll be runway 25 for departure. That is fine. So let's tune into ATC, set our clearance. So 123.255. 123.255. And we'll set the back burner to Unicom 128. Thank you, Akil. Yes, they have fixed the SimConnect stutter issue, and so we are running everything as we should do now. SimConnect has been fixed in the latest update, which is always good. Right, let's quickly pop up the TeamSpeak panel, which hopefully is one of the last times, because as of tomorrow, IVAO introduced an all-new voice codec, which runs within the Atc client itself, so hopefully it should all be good. Jesh Krakow Tower, this is easyJet requesting IFR clearance to Paris. Right, go take some notes down as soon as he replies to me.
easyJet, Krakow Tower, good day, hello. So stand by for a moment.
Okay, so we'll stand by a few seconds, we'll get them, well, they can check their flight plan now, and then get back to us shortly. Yes, flying a easyJet aircraft today, flying the A320neo. It's not a massive flight to Paris. Should look rather good at sunsets. Unfortunately, there's a poor Monarch jet that's still stranded here after the company went bust last year. But should be a pretty flight today. I've not noticed too much of an FPS drop. Sim seems to run rather fine for me at the moment. Thank you, PCAS. Glad you enjoyed the videos. Same for you, Adanthas. Glad you enjoy them. Not doing too bad, Marky. So far, so good. Just waiting for ATC to get back to me now. So while we do wait, they won't change that. They'll give us an initial climb. So it's 250. And we'll almost certainly climb initial, we'll go initial 3,000 feet per minute. We'll turn on the fuel pumps. Specs and description. I'm running an i7-6700 processor with 60 gigs of RAM and an NVIDIA GTX 1660. Oh wait, let's go over to... Actually, no, I really... okay. No, I already know the departure going to be given, so it's runway 25, departing the pseudo 3 Juliets. That's what I've got on the flight plan. If they ask us to change it, we can change it, but that's what I'm preempting right now. Alright, flaps one for takeoff. Flex temp is 67.
easyJet are ready for copy the crash.
Easy 83818, ready to copy.
So easyJet, you are cleared as 5, depart runway 25 via pseudo 3 Juliet, squawk for you 4535.
Easy 3818 is cleared to Paris, departing runway 25 via the pseudo 3 Juliet departure, squawking 4535.
Easy 3818, correct.
Right, so we've got that sorted out. We've already plugged in our departure, which is fine. That's all set. We'll turn on the APU now. And in a couple of minutes, we'll get ourselves ready for departure. Didn't give us an initial climb, but we'll see how that goes. We'll set it to cruising at 3.6. If we need to bring it down, we can bring it down.
I would love to welcome you aboard our flight. When you find your seat, please be sure to place your larger carry-on items in the overhead.
Yes, so sorry about that. Elites, yes, I've noticed that the A320 has come out, version 0.2 today. Not downloaded it yet, so I'm still using the dev version, but I will almost certainly have a look at tonight. How much RAM? 16 gigabytes. Ooh, sorry, you are right. I forgot to update the people on Discord that there's a new stream. While we wait for the APU to start up, we'll just do that. Wait for the flap to open, which it is. APU starts.
If you're not able to comply with these actions, please let a flight attendant know, so that way you can be reseated. You are free to use your portable electronic devices during the boarding process. We ask that larger electronic devices are stowed once we depart from the gate. Thank you and welcome aboard.
Alright, so cabin crew now welcome passengers on board the aircraft. Let's also greet the passengers ourselves. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is a message from your captain. Welcome aboard this flight 3818 from Krakow to Paris. And our flight time today is expected to be 2 hours and 30 minutes. We hope you have a pleasant flight with us on board today as we finish off the final preparations for our departure. And if you have any questions, feel free to speak to our cabin crew today. No, this is a public address, a general one. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is a message from your captain. Welcome aboard this flight 3818 from Krakow to Paris. And our flight time today is expected to be 2 hours and 30 minutes. We hope you have a pleasant flight with us on board today as we finish off the final preparations for our departure. Yeah, cut me off there, but hey, passengers still react to it. Speaking of which, let's have a look at them. So, expect about 15 minutes departing, still boarding. So far, so good. Have a look at the passenger profiles in more detail once we're airborne, but should be a rather same flight today. Welcome there, everybody just joined the stream. Alright, bring the APU bleed on. We'll turn off the external power. And we are just a couple of moments away now from push and start. 25 in use. We'll push over to the right, and then 25 takes us out. Actually, 25 takes us to the west, isn't it? So actually, it'll be a very easy taxi. This 25 is literally the runway just behind us. There's the runway, and 25 is that. So push facing left, so nose goes right. And then taxi straight onto the runway. Right, overhead panel's looking good. We'll turn on the seatbelt sign. And tail packs have done the same as well. FMS is set up. We've set up the departure, everything's ready to go. That's all fine. That's all fine. Right. So let's announce that we're ready for push and start. And let's bring the aircraft back from the gates. Easy 3818 is ready for push and start gates 2.
Easy 3818, roger that. So push back up roof. QNH 1022 facing east.
Push and start approved, QNH 1012 and facing east for Easy 3818. What airport this is? This is Krakow Balice. Right. And the pushback tug over. I'm going to have to tune away from the ATC for a couple of moments while we do the ATC pushback. Bridge moves away. Aircraft secure. We'll turn on the beacon lights to let ground crew that we are ready for engine starts. There is reverse thrust, so make sure you get your control set up properly for it. Right, we'll start the pushback, and we shall also do a dual engine start today, something the A320neo is approved for.
We're ready to go when you are.
Let's got the aircraft up there.
Our flight time will be roughly 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Yes,
Now
using
that the cabin door
IVAO
is
today.
closed, please make sure that
So, both engines starting up.
Belt and make sure that all tray tables and seat backs are in a full upright and locked position for departure. Cabin crew, prepare cabin for departure.
Let's then push back to the right.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the screen for an important safety demonstration. Thank you for flying with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask for your attention while we take you through the safety procedures on this aircraft. A safety card is in your seat.
So this is the actual easyJet safety information.
Masks, life jackets, and brace position that you must adopt if you hear brace, brace. There are 2 emergency exits at the rear, 4 in the middle,
Let's
and 2
end
at the front
pushback.
of the cabin. Floor lighting will guide
Engines
you to an exit.
1 and
Please
2
be aware
are
that your nearest exit
stable.
may be behind you.
So we'll turn
In
it
an
off.
emergency, leave
The
all
APU.
cabin baggage on board.
Ignition off.
Your
Spoilers
seatbelt is
armed.
fastened,
Flaps down.
adjusted,
1.
and released as shown. It must be fastened when the seatbelt signs are on, and we recommend that you keep it fastened at all times.
So far so good.
If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen. Put the mask over your nose and mouth. Hold in place with the strap. Pull on each side to adjust. Put on your own
Let's
mask
tune back
before
to
helping others.
ATC now,
If you land on
since
water, take the life jacket from under your seat. Put it over your head.
done with the
Fasten
pushback.
tapes around your waist.
Easy 3818 is ready to taxi to the runway.
Strap to adjust. Do not inflate it
Easy
inside the aircraft.
3818, so taxi via Zulu Alpha calling per runway
If it fails
25.
to inflate or needs topping up, blow into
Taxi
the
to runway 25 via taxiways Zulu and Alpha for EasyJet
We also carry
3818.
flotation aids for children.
Right,
Your tray table
Park brakes
must now be
released.
stowed, armrest
tax
down,
lights
tail
active,
lines open, and seat
increase
belts
throttle,
fastened.
and let's get
We
going.
wish you a pleasant flight with easyJet.
I'm not moving yet. Yesterday wasn't generic. Yesterday we had the Lufthansa safety information. You can download a set of safety briefings. They're available online everywhere. Just download them as a .wav file formats.
Departure and landing. If you require additional lighting, there is a reading light on the panel above you.
PACX. We're using PACX for our ATC today. Not ATC, sorry, using PACX for our passengers. It's IVAO for ATC. Now, admittedly, look, 737 in front of us. Admittedly, there is no taxi lines here, so I'm not quite sure where Alpha and Zulu are, but I know where we're going at least. It's going to be a very beautiful departure, this, especially with the sunset slowly coming behind us. Right, there's an aircraft in front of us there, on short of the runway. They are slowly getting ready to depart now. The joys of living in London, you never know what's going to be behind us. Right, so hold shots. We'll let them depart, and then we'll announce that we're ready for departure. PACX is $30. $30. So IVAO is injecting the full model set into the sim. So, for example, behind us we did see there was a 737 waiting to go. So IVAO does come with a full set of models for the simulator. Destination, flying to Paris today. Right. Easy 3818 is ready to holding short of runway 25.
Easy 3818, showing 280 degrees, 08 knots, runway 25 for takeoff. When airborne, switch Unicom onto the sunlight. Thank you for your flight. See you next time. Bye bye. Have a great life. Bye bye.
Love this guy. Clear to departs, and we'll switch to Unicom after departure for easyJet 3818. Thank you very much. Dziękuję, dobranoc.
Dobranoc. Do widzenia.
Cabin crew, please be seated for departure. That's fine. So, entering the runway, got our takeoff clearance, set the brakes to maximum in case we reject takeoff. Throttle up 40%. 1 and 2 are stable. Let's get going. V1 rotates. Positive rates, gear up. Ooh, very bright landing lights there. So, slowly, we now depart out of Krakow, Balice. Surprised you're Polish, quite good and the accent sounds nice. I mean, it helps because my mama jestem w polsku, namówiłem I rozumiem troszkę. No nie jest bardzo dobra. We can have a basic conversation language. Thank you, Rob, for the host. Much appreciated. Right, throttle back to climb. Let's pitch nose down to about 10 degrees. Slowly pick up speeds. And then we shall carry on back on the flights. Spoilers down, flaps up, and let's now turn on the autopilot. So 250 knots set, 360, climbing at 3,000 feet per minute. Stream po polsku. Hey, runway flying from Innsbruck City, very nice. Stream began 20 minutes and you've missed takeoff. Thank you, Tense, for hosting the stream, much appreciated. How much am I set up? I mean, I don't know the exact price, I've built it over a couple of years. Whoops. But eventually I will be upgrading towards the 3080 and a whole other bunch of stuff as well, so do keep an eye out for that. Welcome, Mr. Crystal, how are you doing? So you can save preset custom viewpoints for the simulator, and that can be done with the number keys. I've changed mine to the what's it called? To the numpads, just like you use an X-Plane, but it is possible to save them. Keep up content, underrated streamer, big things on the way. Cheers for that, Daniel, much appreciated. Glad you're enjoying the watch. I mean, now that the sim's been out for about 2 weeks now, and everyone's got their hands on it.
2038 Kraków, wjeżdża. Dzień dobry.
Alright, student to over to Unicom now, so you no longer require
Więc tak.
So, as it stands, we are going to be on Unicom but hopefully Paris are still online. So we all have Unicom for now. There's our aircraft departing. We'll have ATC over... Well, actually, no, Nuremberg's an approach. We won't have Nuremberg, but we will get Paris Centre and approach. So we do have ATC later on. We will have ATC for landing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now passing through 10,000 feet. You can now turn on your larger portable electronic
Not yet. We're
lights.
at 9,000.
As a reminder,
Landing lights not yet.
belt fasten while you are
Still waiting to
seated
pass through
and do not
10,000.
congregate in the galley or near the lavatory.
Alright, so landing lights off. That comes off. That comes off. Thank you for subscribing on Twitch, Jordante. Much appreciated. Jordan Tazakos. Probably said that wrong, but thank you much, man. Much appreciated. Also, thank you 69 for the 100 Indian rupee. You have a 1050, 3 gigabytes. Suggest graphic settings. I mean, with that, you'd probably do alright on medium high. If you can overclock your graphics cards, then well worth doing. It was Sim2Fly who did the camera tutorial. Sim2Fly, well worth a watch. Flying today to Paris Charles de Gaulle. Krakow Balice to Paris Charles de Gaulle. Flying with the A320neo with PACX, forming our passenger service, and IVAO for our ATC. Let's turn off the seatbelt sign since it's nice and calm at the moment.
The flight crew has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. You can now get up and move around the cabin. However, we ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened when seated in case of unexpected turbulence.
You have the same number of viewers as when Chewy before the stream. Oh, have I? That's good to hear. I'm glad that I'm not completely dead just yet. I've still got some relevancy in the flight sim community. But like I said, I do appreciate you guys' support. It's been truly amazing since the sim first came out. I've been completely blown away. And just so many messages of kindness as well. The information on top, that is provided by Fly Studio. And so, while it is mainly a tool used by streamers, it is possible to download it standalone and just gives you a whole bunch of information. You can see the aircraft right now, okay, it doesn't have the Microsoft Flight Simulator, but hey, altitude, heading, ground speed, your airspeed, your speed per minute, your Zulu time, real time, frame rate, and, well, that doesn't matter anymore because that was your memory usage in FSX. Your flight time, your progress, you got all this stuff. I like it, and so you don't have to be a streamer to use it, and so while it is a streamer dedicated tool, it does give you just the basic information without the need for it. Cheers on the... Yeah, cheers to that, guys. 18,000 subscribers, which again is just amazing just to see how many people have actually watched my content, liked it, and liked it so much they've subscribed for more. I mean, I'm not the kind of guy who always says, like, subscribe, click the notification bell, click like, share to all your family and your dog. I'm not that kind of guy. This is a hobby for me. This is just an extra. And so, just having 1 or 2 people watching is always an enjoyable scenario. I will fly with other airlines as well. I just use the easyJet because it's, well, it's kind of like Ryanair in regards to they just fly from everywhere to everywhere in Europe. But I will expand my reach at some points. Also, because it's the only one I've got the full safety briefing all that downloaded for, so it's just easier. Yes, I would recommend PACX. It's 30 quid, so not terribly expensive, and I just like the extra dynamic passenger simulation it adds. PACX you pay $30 for, IVAO is free, as is FlyLive. FlyLive's also free. That's what I like about your streams. You don't say that like everyone. Yeah. What's the point? I'm here for fun. I'm not here as a sellout, I guess. On the other hand, if you want to sponsor me, go ahead. Is there some mods? Which one, Glacier? There's a couple of mods in use today. And I could turn on the dome lights if I really wanted to. If I remember where they are, of course. There. We could turn on dome lights. But I don't know. Something about just having a... actually no. We'll leave it with the dim lights on. Nope, I've noticed 0 FPS drop with PACX installed. We're running at a solid 30 at the moment. You got your hands on the 3080? How so? It's not out for another 2 weeks. No livery 787 yet. Because it's a premium deluxe aircraft, there's been a few small issues with how they've encrypted it, which means that the texture people can't texture it. But as soon as they figure it out, there will be textures for it. PACX is not in the marketplace, it's only available on the TFDi website, and so I'll drop you a link to it if you're interested. There you go. And so if you want to download PACX, that's the link to get it. Are you looking for a retailer? No. Ah, okay. Don't suppose you could slide me one or two. Suggested a book about aviation principles. Ooh, hang on. Who wrote it again? It's the German guy. Stick and Rudder by Wolfgang Langerweis. Stick and Rudder by Wolfgang Langerweis is by far the best book when it comes to the basic principles of flights. It was written about 70 years ago, and apart from one or two minor adjustments, it's still very much lives up to this day. Very good book, very good read. Flying from Krakow Balice to Paris Charles de Gaulle today. Not that sale for the 14th September, midnight, 13th. It comes out on the 17th, so if you've got a couple of days early, then, well, let's see, is there quarantine in Norway? Can I book a cheap flight on that day? Head to your store, head back home. Why does the game look worse quality? How so, Sam? How so? I think it looks quite nice today. The sunset's been very good. You understand the suggestions to the liners, but try landing on a riverbank while it changes. I do plan to fly the icon at some point, perhaps live stream it as well. It's something I do want to throw up at some points. Let's go to Mach 0.75 now. Like from Vienna to Frankfurt, there's a good chance we will, because we'll be crossing paths. There's a good chance we will. I'm at 360, or climbing to 360. Speed right now, we're currently flying at 420 knots. 420 knots ground speed. First watching the video, really enjoying, keep it up. Cheers for that. Hang on, I've dealt with Tamil names before. Athithan Kumarasthan. I probably have watched that horribly, and I believe it's Tamil, right? If I'm not mistaken. I do apologise if it's wrong. Do fly out of 2-1 whiskey when you have a chance. Go south, you'll have it. Let me write a note of that. Let's have a look. 2-1 whiskey, head south. Add that to my list of things to play around with later. Athithan Kumarathasan. I can't do that, sorry. Exactly Tamil, but you're from France. Fair play. Where I work, I've got a couple of Sri Lankan Tamils up in the management portions. I like them. Yes, so PACX does come with cabin noise. Comes with all the fun extras. Also, touch wood. Notice how the sim hasn't crashed on us yet. And actually, we've departed. We're climbing to cruise, and the sim hasn't gone and failed us. Any beginner tips for the A320neo? I mean, a lot of it's automated, and so I guess really don't force it. The aircraft knows what it's doing. Let it do what it does. I've done a couple of tutorials on the A320, both for departure and landing, and so if you're interested, go check them out. They are rather helpful according to a lot of people, so good to know I've done something right for once. How does Airbus do LNAV? Nice and easy. You head over to the heading indicator, and you just push down on the knob here, and that activates LNAV in the A320. Worst experience I've had on an aeroplane? Nothing really comes to mind, because I don't really have that many bad experiences in aeroplanes. No, I'm sorry, but nothing comes to mind. Most of my flights have been rather chill. Window view, sure thing. How long it takes down anything in the cockpits? A fair while, but it's one of those things where the more you fly, the more you practice, the more you kind of get used to all the systems, and so your first couple of attempts may be a little bit off, but eventually you'll learn it all. IVAO is 3, yes it is. IVAO is free. And tomorrow, releasing a new voice codec built into the Attitude client, should be very cool. That's because you've never flown long haul. True, I've never flown long haul. I should have flown for the first time in May, but that got cancelled. Thank you for hosting, Angela, much appreciated. It should have gone in May, but that trip got cancelled, and so, as it stands, I've never flown long haul. Yeah, we signed Havertz, which is going to be we've had some interesting signs this window. Lampard's building up the team, and hopefully we've got a fair bit of variety for next season. I'm very excited for it, and Havertz, welcome to Chelsea. No official deliveries yet, not yet. No barrel rolls, especially if we've got passengers on board the aircraft. Speaking of which, let's have a look at who they are. So right now it's 97% testified. Start from the top, so Daryl Cruz, he's a 13-year-old on leisure, a little bit hungry, not thirsty, currently seated. We've got 47-year-old Michael Adams, he's on leisure, not thirsty, not hungry, not too tired. We have 50-year-old Tracy Stevens, who's on business. He's a little bit thirsty, not too hungry, still seated. We have Milton Lynch, again on business, 52 years old, not hungry, not thirsty, seatbelt off, but currently seated. And so, just a basic idea of the passenger aboard our aircraft today. Polish people on board, of course. I don't think PACX, when it comes to name database, really have too many, I guess, international names, because the developers are from America. I think... Oh no, the way... I mean, you've got a German there, you've got Schneider. Sergio Schneider, interesting. Okay, Riviera, another rather German name. So you got Schmidt, so you got a couple of German people on board. But no standout Polish names. Josephine Jimenez, you got Portuguese. Maybe Ted Gregory is a very big stretch. And the way that FS passengers used to do it was that they had a different database of names depending on where in the world you're flying from. So you could set coordinates for a location, and it would just throw a bunch of different international names at you. The way that FS passengers did it was always class. The one's called PACX. It's called PACX. I have heard of Flight Sim Economy, FS Economy. Not super... I mean, I like the concepts, but at least right now, not for me, but maybe in the future. At some point, I do plan to do an IVAO tutorial, yes. Yes, I do. We're up at cruise now, go to Mach 0.80. Sunset really is looking beautiful tonight. Thank you Ollie for the £5, much appreciated. Thanks for your tutorials, major first flights, the A320 from Gatwick to Jersey. Terrible landing, bombs and upwards. Cheers for that, man, much appreciated. Glad tutorials have helped you. As I always say, practice, 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 and in no time, you'll be flying like a pro. Just letting return flights. At some point I can do.
We'll be starting our in-flight service. We'll be serving complimentary drinks and snacks. Please look in the seat back for our list of complimentary and premium drinks. Premium drinks are available for a small charge. Please note that we only accept credit cards.
Oops, oh no, it is there. Oh no, sometimes it's like getting that no-click glitch. Sometimes it's just the sim doing its own thing. So you can preset different camera viewpoints, and as you move around the aircraft, with the smooth transitions, you can preset different camera viewpoints. You're going to land on the right runway today. As it stands, looks like we're going to be landing on runway 09 right. But ATC may go somewhere else. We'll see how that goes. ATC is active still. Learn the drone cam. Drone cam's easy. A couple of aircraft landing in Katowice right now. Presumably not too far from there, right? So we'll keep an eye out for traffic just in case. Not too far from Katowice. Just on stream, the view cockpit is stunning. I mean, it looks great. We're flying towards the sunset right now, so eventually it will go pitch black. But for a little bit, we do get to enjoy some of the sunsets in front of us. How do you know which one to land on? You haven't seen the airport layout before. SimBrief. I'm using SimBrief for my flight planning, and so SimBrief tells you right here. Where is it? There. That it's going to be landing Lima Foxtrot Papa Golf, runway 09 right. SimBrief tells it to you, and also you can use the meta information to kind of get an idea of which runway you'll be landing on. Joystick. I'm using the Thrustermaster HOTAS Warthog for my flights. The HOTAS Warthog. Yeah, I do like this. Actually, I like my 737s more, but hey, I'm not complaining. The A320. Trying Diego Garcia. Fun fact: Diego Garcia. The Armour 3 mod for the islands. Armour 3 Diego Garcia. It's on Steam Workshop. It's in Alpha, I believe, because well, that's the map I created back in like 2015, a couple of years ago now. But eventually I lost the files and I just gave up on the project, so I don't know, maybe I'll try and redo it for the next Sim Armour 4, if it ever releases, but maybe we'll try Diego Garcia. All I know is that in the sim there's no satellite imagery, it is just all the generic ground class textures. Destination, Paris Charles de Gaulle. No worries, Tommy, welcome to the stream, how are you doing? Cheers for that, Andy. Glad you're enjoying the watch. Nope, I'm not an actual pilot. This is just a hobby for me. Turn off dome lights. If I do that, everyone complains it's too dark. You too, John. You too. Could you fly the icon and make a water landing at some point? At some point, for sure. There you go. That's your console lights, Cathal. Yeah, do you make it too bright? Yeah, we'll leave it in the middle. Same that PND. Those are all in up. Flight time today, or ETA right now, you can see at the top there is 2110 Zulu. So we'll be landing in approximately 1 hour. 1 hour and 10 minutes. Or maybe not. Maybe 21. Actually, more like 2 hours and 10 minutes. Apparently it's a very long flight, this Paris to Krakow. Oh, you talking about the turn those ones up. Talking about the floodlights. There you go. Where to get PACX, how much is it, and does it work in... So, PACX is available on the TFDi Design website. It costs $30, and to get it to work, you're only required to run FSUI PC7 alongside it. As long as you've got that, you're free to fly. What do you mean by integrated ATZ, Gozer? PMG set to release their 7.3 in Q1 of 2021. So hopefully, sticks around for a release date around that. Left flights, a fair while to go, a fair while. You can use the top of the screen, the progress bar in ETA, to kind of get an idea of how long we've got left. Welcome Daniel, how are you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chats. No worries, Judge, you take care, have a good one. Fuel levels. Did I cover fuel on my startup tutorial? If not, then basically, so again, I use SimBrief, and it gives you your planned fuel here. So block fuel from Krakow is 18,497.974 pounds. So again, SimBrief gives you the full information on what you need for your flights. So where is it? So you got departure, got your arrival, got your tail codes, got your flight number. Got your call sign. Got your routing. And down below, got your waypoints, bit by bit. Eventually, come down to your apps. So that's our routing. Apart from Krakow, head to the north, west. It's basically a straight line path down to Paris. There's current weather. There's your winds. And there's your altitude and descents. Very comprehensive, very good to read. Ooh, Paris is just about holding on right now. They've been active, well, okay, Paris Tower has been on for 4 minutes, so they should be on when we land. We don't really have Paris Orly approach, so we may have lost centre. That tower may hold on. That there is us, so we've now entered Czech Republic. Actually, well into Czech Republic. That's Nuremberg approach. We won't get Nuremberg. We won't get Strasbourg approach, but we should get Paris Tower. From tomorrow. So from tomorrow, IVAO will remove the TeamSpeak requirements and integrates the chats within their own platform. So that will come in from tomorrow. I'm not sure about the resetting controls issue there, Bullen. Best bet, drop an email support to Asobo and see what they can do. Yes, so altitude and Aurora benefit from the new voice module, but I use altitude, and hopefully, I think the plan is, while the old platforms will still be supported, they do want to keep the they don't want to move people to the new platforms, and so eventually they'll transition across to that. Hello Drawyah, what do you hate me? A320neo went dark after 2 hours in flight. Second time it's happened. Not sure about it going dark again. One of those things that are you using the 321X, or is that the default A320? You have the game but no PC. What are you doing, Samsonites? What are you waiting for? Get a PC. Bought the Premium Deluxe. Ah, fair play. Turbulence, not crazy at the moment. It's a 50 knot crosswind, 335. Relatively stale at the moment. Going Mach 0.82, we'll push the speed up a little bit. You can assign the different viewpoints. So if you go to camera controls, whoops, and go to, for a second, keyboard, camera, you can use, where are they? Fix, external cockpit. There you go, so you can load custom camera and save custom camera, and so you use this to set your predefined camera viewpoints. In my case, I've got the captain seat, co-pilot seat, overhead panel, MCDU, left window, right window, and rear galley. And so it is possible to set predefined viewpoints, although I've changed mine to numpad. By default, it's just normal number keys. Welcome there, Louis, how you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat. Hoping when we get to Paris it's not too horribly laggy and slow over there. I need to bear in mind that by far Paris is the slowest airport in the sim when it comes to the frame rate, so yeah, hopefully a little bit smoother today. It did 3 months, nothing due for Corona. Sorry to hear that, Samsonites. Keep at it, hopefully you'll be able to get back into an airline again. So Mach 0.82, slowly going to gain a few minutes in the air. Yes, I'll be upgrading to the 3080 when it comes out. Bomb to Gaulle, whereabouts are that? Not a part well I've heard of. Not sure about Aerosoft Schiphol, but I know there is one Amsterdam project on the works right now. So it's early days for them at the moment, but eventually we'll see a release. Mumbai to Goa. We'll see. Last time I flew to Goa, and accidentally called it a part of Maharashtra. I had every single person in that comment section have a massive go at me about calling it Maharashtra, so I've tried to avoid now flying through India. So the 737 we're expecting to see in Q1 2021. The A380, there has been none as of yet confirmed, but PMDG will be releasing the 737, that will be coming out in Q1 21. You've also got the 737-400 coming out by that unnamed developer, and you've also got 737-200 coming from Milvis. We've got a fair few 737s coming at the moment. 73s coming in total. Got Classic, got a Jurassic, you've got a NG, and PMDG also wants to do the Max at some point. That'll be an add-on pack to the base 73 NG3. Zurich traffic. Is that Zurich? I think it is. Cheers to that, Zav. Much appreciated. Yeah, so Concorde's coming out. That'll be via DC Designs, and I'm not quite sure. FS Labs posted some renders up. No one can be quite sure if it's of Microsoft Flight Sim or P3D. Yeah, 747's a little bit bugs in the sim right now. One knows that. Eventually they'll come out of updates, or someone will release a patch for it. As it stands, it's a little bit shaky. If you can't get anything in the cockpit, open up the AT panel and just resize it. That fixes the no-click bug in the cockpits. Began for 2020. So the only plane I only know the plane tutorials work. Can you do begins? So at some point I do plan to do tutorials on the other aircraft. Yes, more tutorials will come in the future. found a community follower. Fair play, Cat Pancake. Some have struggled, many are searching, but eventually you'll find it. I mean, I know a lot of people have flown over the pyramids in Microsoft Flight Sim. It's one of the big standout landmarks. I don't know, maybe I'll do it again at some point, or it's on stream. So about 1 hour to landing now. ETA 2110 Zulu, it's currently 2114 in the UK, so 1014 Zulu, 2110 landing. Just under 1 hour to landing. So hopefully, if all goes to plan, this was my last week of daily live streams. For over a month now, I've been live streaming every single day of the week, Monday to Sunday. Weekends doing 2 streams on a day. And so, I am enjoying Microsoft Flight Sim, but it's one of those things that eventually, and it is now starting to burn out. I've done it so much, I just need a break, so I'm going to go down to 4 times a week. Wednesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays and Sundays. Go down to 4 times a week and try and use one of those days for a train sim. But yeah, so from Sunday, we'll do a stream today, we'll stream on Saturday, stream on Sunday, Monday and Tuesday I'm off, Wednesday, Thursday stream, Friday off, Saturday, Sunday we'll do it. So we'll take a break from daily, just to go on to a bit more of a normal sane schedule. Just on the left there, got an aircraft down below, so there'll be a real person there, somebody flying on IVAO right now, and all the traffic there, real people. Virtual planes controlled by someone somewhere in the world. Sleep is finally within my grasp. Bring back X-Plane. I mean, I've got it installed. It's sitting there. How many of you guys are really keen on X-Plane, I guess? But, like I say, 1 day a week we'll do Train Sim World or Train Simulator, and then we'll save the other 3 days for Flight Sim. And we'll see if, like I say, we'll see if people are super keen on X-Plane. I might try and introduce that back to the channel, but I'll see how that goes. Yeah, proper aircraft. This will be easier because we've got proper VNAV working as well. Six Microsoft Flight Sim, your views show you're doing well, Train Sim your views are low. The fact is, I've still got... Train Sim views are not as high, but ultimately I do have a fair few users who are very interested in it, so... we'll see. So right there, got another aircraft, slightly higher altitude, heading same direction. Welcome there, Trophy, how you doing? Welcome to the chats. No, no top descent yet in the A320. Still on manually dump. Got a 737 Lotpost Airlines currently landing at Wrocław. Route line from Krakow to Paris. Krakow, Balice to Paris Charles de Gaulle. What's 450 knots in miles per hour? .450 knots is 517 miles per hour. 517. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. So, Frankfurt sensor. Is that Frankfurt, sorry? Gothenburg. No, Germany. Germany sensors come online. So, we're right now here. We won't be speaking to Nuremberg approach because that's low altitude control. But we should speak to Center. We'll go back to Unicom. And then Paris tower is still online. So it's almost certain we'll deal with Paris. Again, there's another aircraft to our left as well. Let's have a look. Can we see who that guy may be? Could be? No. I'm not too sure who that could be, but someone around here. I have played DCS, yes. I've got a couple of modules for it. No idea when I'll play this again next. There is an F-18. It's a third-party freeware downloads judge. It's a freeware download. It's based on the model of the original FSX acceleration pack, F-18. And so it's not super systems heavy, but it's a basic F-18. You can do stunts in it. Yes, so I do plan to do an IVAO tutorial at some point. I'm just waiting for the I'll wait for the voice codec to become active, and then as soon as it is, probably be like the perfect opportunity to do it. So yes, I will do one at some point in the not too distant future. Should we speak to our passengers? Yeah, let's do it. Good evening, gentlemen. An update from the flight deck. We're about 50 minutes to an hour away from Paris at this time. And so we're just coming up to the halfway points, the midway points of our flights today. Once again, we hope you've enjoyed the flight with us so far, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the trip. Once again, any questions, speak to our cabin crew. Otherwise, sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the flights. So it's a public address, it's a generic address. Good evening, gentlemen. An update from the flight deck. We're about 50 minutes to an hour away from Paris at this time. So we're just coming up to the halfway points, the midway points of our flights today. Once again, we hope you've enjoyed the flight with us so far, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the trip. Once again, any questions, speak to our cabin crew. I like PACX, I really do. Try and fly the Neo mods, but your ISOs are turning on. I'll turn the batteries and external power, anything you've missed. I mean, it takes... I mean, you flick the switches right at the top there. It does take about 5 or so minutes for the display to become active, so... Make sure you flick the switches, and then wait 5 minutes, they'll eventually come to life. Yeah, so flying to the west, we're chasing the sunsets, and it should look rather grand until we come towards touchdown in Paris, which should then be pitch black. Name of the airport's best to start developing from. What do you mean by that, Toma? Best to start developing what on? On your way from Tom Salt to careful with it. You enjoy yourself, Stein. I mean, to start developing handcraft airports, I'd say... Looks small. Looks small, don't work yourself too hard for the first couple. I mean, nice area you could probably start with is, say, the Greek islands. You've got loads of them to choose from. And ultimately... not too big to build. So for example, you've got places like Limnos, which could do with an upgrade. You've got places like Naxos again, small dirt strip, but relatively easy to put together. And so, yeah, so I'd say somewhere small, somewhere easy you can learn the building blocks and put it all together. Like the Greek islands. What's that? Fly-by-wire sim. Ah, yes, I know that is. So is that the official name now for the A320neo, the fly-by-wire sim? Good. What am I running right now, temperature-wise? There. So we're at 63 degrees centigrade. Apparently we're not overclocking right now. Oh gosh. How I managed to do this so smooth without overclocking, I have no idea. I didn't even realise it turned off. Okay, well now we're overclocking again. Keep it around 60-45, so actually cool it down slightly more. I'm rather surprised. It wasn't overclocking, it was running smoother than ever. PACX. So I use PACX to manage my cabin crew, and PACX also uses the voice filter. Yeah, so Cerberus HQ in Bordeaux, I've got a few Lyrics in the area. Although if you flew there back in the beta like I did, there was no Easter egg, so they actually had just for release. Oh yeah, I mean my overclocking's very good for what it is. 215 on the core clock, 820 on the memory. No issues at all. Quite fortunate with that. Not exactly. So you can record your message and you kind of tell it who's it geared towards. So I record a message, I can then tell it I'm speaking to the cabin crew, I'm speaking to the passengers, or it's just a generic message that's being broadcast to the aircraft. So you have to tell it who the message is geared for, but everything else it then do in the back end. Oh yeah, after the overclock I'm running super smooth, super good again. Suppose I was doing a little bit of stuttering the camera changes, but I don't know, overclocking does a really good job at just keeping the sim going again. There's a reason I use IVAO Sim 73 pilots. So trying to figure out who's the guy on TikTok that messaged the guy at the Rice Paddy Railway. Someone who managed to spot me, or at least mention that I was volunteering there. But I'm not sure who exactly it is. 738 pilot, something like that on TikTok. Today going to Paris. Paris Charles de Gaulle. So, we're expecting a 1 hour and 41 minutes landing. In reality, we're expecting to land in about 30 minutes. So, at top of descent, we'll make an announcement that we're early. We'll see how that goes. Paris is now slowly coming into view there on the top of the ND. That's at 320 miles. We're also now about to enter the airspace into Germany centre, so see if they contact us. If not, we'll tune in and get ready to go. It's Lungen radar. Next, 127.5.
Eurowing 6 November Lima, I'm closing this position right now, so the next available station for you is also Bremen Radar 124, decimal 175 in a few minutes. Vielen Dank, schönen Abend. Tschüss.
Are they going offline,
Bremen,
are they?
Frequency 124, 175, vielen Dank, tschüss.
Yep, fair enough. Back to Unicom. They have just shut down the moment we tuned in. Okay. In that case, next one we'll be contacting will probably be Paris, which is 119.250. So as soon as we ready to contact Paris, we shall do. I'm surprised you remember that, Daniel. Yes, I was on a ITV show. And I did do a piece about the Virgin Train's final day. I'm genuinely surprised you remember that, Daniel. How come you're not up to your temp? In regards to my overclocking, sorry, Feast. Oh no, the hotter your cards, the worse it is, because if you go up to about 80 degrees centigrade, it starts thermal throttling, it starts slowing everything down, so if you can sleep it around 70-75 or less, no thermal throttling runs much better. Never turn up your temperatures on the graphics card, keep it as cool as possible. First video you saw was Luton Inverness, and yeah, it's been crazy these last couple of, this last month, it's been amazing. Truly blown away by the support you guys have showed me. All of it's greatly appreciated. Yes, we are using the fuel fix. We are using correct fuel burn for this aircraft. Right now, we've still got another 5.3 tons of fuel on board, so we've got plenty to go. But we are using the correct fuel burn now. Ooh, there's someone quite close to us right now. Ooh, okay, so apparently that aeroplane there, so this is us, easyJet. That's almost certainly going to be Eurowings 6 November Lima, also an A320, currently going to Hamburg from Zurich. So that right there, almost certainly going to be Eurowings. And so that's a real person, somebody at home on IVAO flying that very aircraft on their computer. Yes, there is model matching. IVAO has got proper model matching as well as models for each aircraft as well. So the show was called The Station, and I was on episode 3 of that. The Station on ITV, episode 3. 280, not really. We're currently going at 433 knots. Target airspeed 479, but 433 is our current speed right now. Cheers to that, Rocky. Welcome from Serbia. Right now we are just to the east of Frankfurt, so we'll be flying directly over the airport of Frankfurt. We'll be able to spot that from outside. Well, it's a bit cloudy to spot it, but we are going to fly directly over the airport. And so, if you say that you're on, you're flying to Delta Foxtrot now. Whereabouts are you? Inbound flight, so it could be any one of these ones. PACX, I like it. PACX, I like it. You're 36. So what you're looking at right now is the indicated airspeed. Above 10,000 feet, this is useless. Ignore it. It doesn't do anything for you. What you want to do is look at your ground speed and your max speed. So max is based on the speed of sound. Ground speed is your speed based on the ground. While airspeed is dependent on the airflow around the aircraft. So at 30,000 feet, there's very little airflow and therefore it doesn't affect much. The airflow gets pulled in by the pitot tubes, which are these little tubes of the underbelly of the aircraft. So this has tubes that detects the airflow coming to the aircraft and gives you a speed. But at high altitudes where there's little airflow, it's useless. And so you want to base it off your max speed and your ground speed. The more you link that stick bender, the closer you are to me just banning you, because at that point you're no longer commenting, just spamming and self-promoting. Right now in Paris, we have got a few aircraft coming in and out. We've got a couple of inbound flights. And there's us right there. And there are a few... There's a controller right now as well. So we have got ATC, who'll be guiding us in. One plane's landed. We have one guy at 2039, 2055, 38. We're at 2113 right now. We got one coming in tomorrow morning, coming in from somewhere far. Yeah, got a fair few planes currently at Paris right now. Thank you, Daniel, for £2. I'm glad you enjoyed the tutorials. Glad you found them helpful. Getting a new PC soon. Can't wait to start getting flights to 20. You enjoy yourself, Andy. Very much enjoyed the sim. something I do hope to play for a fair while to come. Graphics settings running on high at the moment, high or ultra. Ooh, we've actually left the major cloud right now. So if you look down below, oh, there you go. Frankfurt am Main. Just there is Frankfurt 7. We'll turn off the clouds 2 seconds. Oh look, with no clouds, the sun's still up apparently. Yeah, there's Frankfurt Airport.
Overspeed. 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 Overspeed.
Yeah, I hate changing the weather because it also changes the airflow around the aircraft as well. Turbulence and wind. Yeah, flying over Frankfurt Main right now. An airport we've gone out of a couple of times in the sim so far. Wind right now. Yes, 62 knots headwind. Now, something I actually discovered recently, which I was quite surprised by, is that if you press on the middle button of the numpad, it actually resets drone cam, puts you back behind the aircraft. I did not realise I used to do that, so there's a couple of occasions where I used drone cam, went super far away from the aircraft and lost it. So it is possible to reset your cam, drone cam. Very helpful indeed. So yeah, flying on live weather, live time. Apparently. Kind of, yeah. It's about 200 miles now till we land. Let's shut down the FMS, let's program our approach in. So, we'll be landing runway 09er right. Via the Vedu 8 Echo arrival. There it is, right at the bottom. No vires, that's all fine. Insert that. So now, a few more waypoints appearing in front of us, and that will guide us into Paris. They might change us. Might change us when we come into land, so I'll keep an eye out on traffic right now, just see what everyone else is doing, but it looks like it is going to be, yes, you can see that aircraft right here. So you've got an A320 coming into land right now, came in from Hamburg by those things, Munich, sorry, came in, it's gone down south of the airport, and then made an approach in for 09, right, so it looks like we are going to stick with the 09 today. How did I learn to fly FS 2020 airlines? What material did I use? I mean, I've been flying airliners since the PMDG 737 of FSX, so for me it was initially YouTube tutorials, and then just apply the knowledge I already know to aircraft that the sim has. So this I learned off the toeless A319neo A321. The 787 I would have learned from the Magnite systems, and the 747 that would have just been the, I guess, the default 747. I mean, most aircraft are pretty much exact. Most aircraft are similar, if not the same, when it comes to startup. So, batteries on, IRS aligned, fuel pumps on, APU active, bleed sets, engines active, bleed set, APU off, taxi. It's a very standardised setup for pretty much every aircraft in any flight sim ever, and real life. Multiplayer just displays other players, not so much for in-sim chats. And so I'm using IVAO for that today. Look at the aeroplane on there. So once we get towards Paris, we'll be able to what's that for that? 737 startup's not difficult at all. If anything, it's one of the easy aeroplanes to start up. The only way it differs from the A320 is that you just need to remember how to turn the bleeds on and off. Make sure you're running FSUI PC7. It's a free download. So make sure you've got this running, and then PACX will work. And so it's a requirement of PACX. There you go. It's a requirement for PACX. Make sure you're running it, and then it works no problem. Right, not long to go now. We're 2/3 of the way, and probably about 10 minutes, 15 minutes from descent. Welcome Life, how are you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chats. Greetings from Cape Town, greetings from London. Do you turn off the APU immediately after starting your engines? You've flown a jar, and Chelsea says you should keep them on after starts. So the APU comes off once the engines are started, and the engines are stabilised. Once the engines are stable, then you can turn off the APU. What flight levels do you fly when flying north and south like the UK, Spain, France? I mean, as long it really comes down to eastbound, westbound, because no flight is exactly north-south. You always have a bit of east, a bit of west, and so even numbers, you're flying to the west. Odd numbers, you're flying to the east. Flight time, we're landing about 30 minutes. 30 minutes to a landing. Winds there, but turbulence gust. Still a 45 knot headwind, nothing too crazy just yet. Well, total, we've been flying for about 1 hour and 15 minutes. It's about an hour and 45-minute flights in total. How old am I? I'm 21 years old. How do you see weather? So if you go down to the bottom right here, you have the weather panel. To turn it on, just flick the off switch to either system 1 or system 2. And then that displays your weather on the ND. So it looks like it's a little bit stormy on the right hand side at the moment. Nothing too crazy just yet. We're probably not going to need it. Because quite interestingly, the flight weather kind of... Okay, we'll leave it on because it does kind of bite into our flight that's Ceram, but we'll watch it. We'll watch it. flight stats, I'm using FlyLive Studio. So that's this tool here. What it does is it takes your flight sim information and injects it into the simulator itself. And so that's FlyLive Studio. I just want to switch to park mode. So right now, so yeah, you restrict throttle by pulling it back, but ultimately you do leave it on climb mode, which is the first click. Yes, first click. Second click is flex. Third click is toga. You take care, Royale. Ooh, 2:13 AM. You take care. Have a good night. Welcome there, Abdullah. How you doing? Not really. This game's quite easy on my graphics card. I'm quite surprised with how well Microsoft Flight Sim does run. I'm going to grab out 2 seconds. So yeah, you can see around 30% 3D, 5% for OBS, about 4.6 gigabytes out of my 6 gigabytes of VRAM. So no, it runs it no problem. CPU around 60%, using 10 gigs of RAM, very easy. I mean, how do I help you, Moosads? If you've got an FPS drop, change your settings, or contact Sobo. Yes, I'm running some necessity, both the launcher and the contents. Yeah, 38 I'm very excited for. So that's what I'm going to pick up. FSUI PC, so it acts as a bridge between the simulator and third-party add-ons. So it extracts data, such as your speeds, headings, everything you need. So data-wise, it pulls it, stores it, and allows third-party mods to read it. It also injects info into the sim, so it can inject like weather information, it can inject just any information that add-ons may want to put into the sim. And so it acts as a bridge between the simulator and third-party add-ons. So PACX uses it to display the passenger information. So for example, you've got your time of arrival, you've got that stuff, it knows that's in cruise, and it knows a few other bits of information as well. And so PACX uses FSUI PC to pull that. FSUI PC also reads the information up here. So you've got the departure, the arrival, the call sign, ETA, altitude, speed, and heading. And so FSUI PC is also putting that information for FlyLive to display. No worries, Daniel. You take care. Have a good flights. We're going to start our descent in about 3 minutes. I'm going to whip up to the toilets, refresh myself a little bit, and then yeah, we'll start bringing the aircraft for descent and landing. Right, I'm back. So like I say, we're not too far from top of descent. Just a couple of moments. Make our way towards Paris. As you can see the airport on the top of my ND there. We've got a little bit of an extended flight plan, which comes as part of our star. Paris is still online. We still have ATC for touchdown. What was it? 119250. So make sure that's on the back burner. And as soon as we're ready to tune in, we just got to flick the switch. Sometimes I'll do more flights per stream, but generally it is one per stream because, well, I fly today, I'll then go to bed, fly in the morning, do my stuff, fly in the evening. So I'm railway volunteering tomorrow, and therefore I'll try and squeeze the stream in the morning, stream in the evening. Lost the Paris Charles terminal map. 2D. There, okay, so it's Bravo, Delta. There it is. So we're coming to the runway right. Okay, so not too difficult to get to. Park up at stand later. How'd you get so much wind at your altitude? I mean, you're using live weather right now, so it's pretty standard. Right, 120 miles to go. No worries, Abdullah. You have a good one. Take care. Make another airplane down below. PACX. So my passenger add-on is called PACX by TFDi Design. PACX. It's called PACX. PACX. ATC, so I'm using IVAO for my ATC. So IVAO uses real people for voices. I'm actually in communication with someone out there, so just a nice way of doing things. No, I don't want to close it, I just want to minimise it. Okay. Just keeping the clouds on Paris. I really hope they don't tune out by the end of this flight. Not long to go now. They've been active for 1 hour. So keep an eye on that. Sometimes they may last an hour. If they last at least an hour and a half, we should be alright. Yeah, so TFDi are the same people that make the 717 and Smart Cars. So Smart Cars is the passenger, is the virtual airline pack that VAMSys use. So yeah, same developer. I mean, I do plan to fly from other airports as well. For now, it's just a case of seeing which towers are active on ATC. Let's see who I fly through. Let me drop a message to... Let's have a look. Dot message LFPG_tower. I've not done a tutorial yet, but there are a few tutorials out there which explains you how to do it. So if your passengers are first seen in Hungary, head over to your interaction menu, a flight attendant request, and then you can ask them to do a drink service, a meal service, a snack service, or just generic message towards them. But it is possible to request extra services if your passengers and cabin crew are not doing it. I try and do live ATC, but it really comes down to availability. So, for example, Saturday morning, early in the morning, there won't be any ATC, and therefore, during those flights and during those times, I'll do a little more free form. But during the evenings, during the active times of ATC, I'll try and incorporate live ATC for as much of it as possible. Paris is still active. Hopefully they're waiting for me. There's one aircraft carrying on approach now, EZ19, coming in from Munich. So, we're just behind them right now. They've gone for a slightly different approach. We're going to go south of the airport. They've opted in for north. We'll see what ATC gives us. Don't worry, Ron. We've still got a few minutes till we land. Simbrief uses February-March ARC cycles, but if you buy ARC cycles with well, I've forgotten their name. Navigraph. If you buy a Navigraph subscription, you can then use the current ARC cycles with Simbrief. show weather, you turn it on with the weather radar. So by default, switch to off, flick it left or right, and it shows you your weather. No share cockpit yet, eventually coming soon. Right, let's start our descent now, so we're going down to 4,000. Is it 4,000? Yeah, 4,000. So we'll slow the airplane down first of all. Down to 4. 2,000 feet per minute. Yes, so it models in other users and has got the proper model matchings. In fact, there's an aeroplane right up there you can see in the very far distance.
To assist with customs at our destination, flight attendants will begin handing out forms momentarily. Please review and complete
There's a good
forms
chance that might be
for presentation upon arrival.
this guy, the Air France. So him there, Air France 210. I mean, it's close enough. Especially with clear skies at this altitude. Yes, so the stars are realistic, so they're real world location. Got a few clusters around the sky as well. Welcome there, Sopfel, how you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat. I'm not doing too bad at the moment. Yeah, so IVAO is similar to that sim. They're pretty much exactly the same what they're trying to achieve, just two different networks. It used to be one network, but back in the late 90s, early 2000s, they split. So two networks, sorry, one network became two. Welcome there, Captain Daz, how you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chats, how are you? So you can see where the clouds get a little bit orangey, a bit glowier. And so that there is the lighting from the ground, lighting over Paris, lighting up the clouds above them. That's all part of the light pollution. Ah, welcome Mason, just got out of class, fair play. You can save preset viewpoints using the number keys on your keyboard. So you can use that to go to different viewpoints in the aircraft. It's got the rear galley view, if anybody's interested in that. Probably not. Depends what it is, Captain Daz. Depends what it is. So at the moment we're on Unicom, so there's no need to ask for authorization. And so it's around 100 miles from the airport I'll start my descent. Smart cards works with Microsoft Flight Simulator. it does work. You just need to download FSUI PC7 for it to work. But it's fully functional. Smart Cars works. Subs? No. I'm afraid I can't help you with that. I mean, that's in regards to what, sorry, Tetra? No players, ATC, live weather. Nope, no shared cockpit yet. Right, set up our arrival. Performance. Lima Foxtrot Papa Golf. Meta. So right now, it's QNH 1020. Temperature is 19 degrees centigrade. Winds are 360 at 6 knots. So it's northerly heading wind. We'll see. 6,000. Decision height will be 2,300. Right, so that's all set. I mean, we can do, but cabin crew have already done a descent announcement, so there's no need for us to do one as well. Next time we speak will be when we're passing through 10,000-ish. So there will be third-party aircraft that do come out, and those ones you will need to pay for, yes. So for example, the PMDG 737, that one you will need to pay for when it comes out next year. Now we'll shoot until we land. After we land, bring it to an end. And then set up tomorrow's streams. Do one in the morning, one for the evening. And then we'll see what happens on Sunday. So PMDG doing a 737. So PMDG doing a 737-800. There's an unknown developer doing a 737-400. And Milviz are doing a 737-200. The 732, 734 we don't know. The 738 is coming out Q1 2021. There we go. 119250. Good evening.
AZ3818 de Gaulle Tower. AZ3818.
Easy 3818, go ahead.
Please, due traffic, change the winds, turn right heading 270 degrees. Expect runway 27 right. But to land runway 09er, turn right heading 270 degrees, please.
Turn right heading 270, expecting runway 09er right for easy 3818.
Negative. Expect runway 27 right, the wind change. Aircraft to land AZ19er, to land runway 09er. Please sir, turn right heading 270 degrees, due traffic.
270 due traffic, and it's runway 27 right for easy 3818. Okay, so we can change the runway.
Thank you, sir.
ILS 27 right. Ooh. 27 right.
AZ19er, clear to land runway 09er left. The winds 340 degrees, 05 knots.
Don't you dare tell me this sim does not recognise runway 27.
November 04, watch your gate, please.
If you can send me one, we appreciate it. Next year,
Ok. Enter. Continue. Stop. Break. AZ 3818. Right heading 360 degrees.
360 for easy 3818.
Saudi 5885, good day, requesting for taxi please.
What's your position, Saudi, please?
I can't find runway 27 on here.
Saudi, what's your position?
Landing and runway 27.
What's your altitude? You are not my radar, sir. Expect runway 26 left or 27 right.
Okay, thanks. Saudi.
No problem, sir.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens then, but for some reason...
AZ 3818. Descent flight level 60.
Flight level 60 for easy 3818. It's down to 6,000. They'll guide us in at least ATC, so that's not a problem. I've done it off the weather radar since we don't really need it. We'll see what happens with my FMS, because if we don't have a runway, that's really... Go to flight plan, yes. Select the arrival airports, set arrival, scroll down. As far as it goes, you've got 08s and 09s.
Saudi 5885, I have issue in my squawk, so maybe for that you cannot see me in your radar.
Okay.
Squawk 1000. What's your altitude, please?
Alright, we'll just hand flight in, I guess. Delete star. It's all been deleted.
1626 Saudi 5885.
Okay. My control is the tower and not the approach. Okay. You are very, very low. Report on my established LS runways 26 left or 27 right.
Well, it's going to be a lot more hands-on than I thought it would be today.
Next to the foreign box, thank you very much, and see you next time. Have a nice control.
Right, it's 27 rights.
Bye bye,
That'll
sir.
be
See you next.
27 rights.
Okay, runway to the right. Is 19. Do you have the gate, AZ 19er? Say that again. Do you have the gate? Go to gate, you say? What's your gate, please? We have not been assigned a gate. You tell us which one we need to go to. Okay. Continue cross runway 09 right. After crossing, terminal 1, whiskey 02 via Bravo. Cross runway 09 right, and then terminal 1, whiskey 02 via Bravo.
Okay, he's on it. So go 09 right on the localizer.
AZ 3818, right heading 090 degrees, and descent flight level 60.
090 now to 60 for easy 3818. So the right hand go to the east. And we're getting vectored into that anyway, so we can get vectored into the runway. It's just a case of wrong airport. We popped in the wrong airports. Lima Foxtrot Papa Golf. I'm sure this is Paris Charlottesville. Positive. Lima Foxtrot Papa Golf.
The flight crew has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please
Yes, it
return
is.
to fasten your
Okay,
seatbelt.
it is what it is. Alright, past to 10,000 now, so land lights come on. Slow the airplane down to about 230 knots.
We have begun our final descent into Paris. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat in front of you.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. Good point. I can plug in the ILS frequencies. That's the thing. Does Microsoft Flight Simulator... Actually, it will do, because it's a hand-built airport. Right, ILS 27 right. So great is navigation, so it's 109... 27 rights, 272727, so it's 11035.
AZ-18 right heading, 180 degrees, reduce speed 250 knots.
250 knots and 180 degrees for easy 3818. So, heading south now. Course is 265. Right, so I'll hope for the best and see if we get established. If not, like I say, I'll just hand fly it in. That's all fine. We'll see what happens. That was low side there, so we'll just pick up the altitude again. So, the tower is a real person right now who's controlling the airspace in and around Paris. Yeah, it's just about right. So far, so good. We've not messed up just yet. ATC will hopefully do a fine job at guiding us in. My GPU temp's around 65 degrees right now, 65, 66 degrees. That anymore. We'll leave. We don't need that anymore. Leave that open. Right. Okay. I've got what I need. Let's say right-hand turn to be given in a couple of moments. PACX does come with some...
You want to be on blocks, thank you for your service.
PACX does give you some built-in announcements, and then there are you can download yourself later on for specific airlines. Right, here we go. There we go. 27 right, it has text it. Thank you guys, you're all stars. You've gone and helped me out. Massive.
AZ-18 right heading 235 degrees, clear approach LS runway 27 right.
Heading 235 degrees and clear to approach 27 right for easy 3818. So PACX's passenger simulation, or FS2 crew, simulates your co-pilots. So yes, they are two different add-ons. Not yet flaps. We'll start the flaps in just a couple of moments, but we've still got a little bit of travel left before we start to bring that into life. At the very least, we will slow down to 230 knots. So yeah, 230. So there's Paris Charles de Gaulle, there's the other Paris airports, and then somewhere to the south will be Paris Orly. Down to 220, down to 210 even. First stage of flaps. 20 miles to go now.
D18, clear approach terrestre runway 27 right.
Clear approach 27 right for easy 3818. Down 200 knots. We'll not fly with managed speed because it's broken. Doesn't work. Oh, yep, you are right. They haven't actually told us to tune that yet, but you are right. It should be 10. 20. Easy 3818 is established, runway 27 right. Flaps 2. On the localizer, the approach mode, ready for the climb down the localizer. The glide slope, sorry. It's 3. And the approach speed right now, 150 knots. So sloping down to about 150. High side, but nothing we can't handle. Sound 4, 10 miles to go, gear down. Cabin crew, please be seated for landing. A bit of a short runway that, but we'll manage. lights, arm the spoilers, check the brakes to medium, landing lights active, gear down at 3 greens. As soon as you get ATC landing clearance, pre-land check is all complete.
Easy 18, clear to land runway 27 right, the wind's 005 degrees, calm.
Clear to land, easy 3818. So, got a landing clearance. The only thing got left to do is touchdown. Hardest parts? Probably the landing. If you know what you're doing, it's not particularly difficult. Yes, passenger notes on approach right now. 93% satisfaction, which is always fine. So last thing you've got to do, the aircraft to land, bring service to an end. ATC on IVAO, so you can start off by going to a smaller airspace. So go to an airport or area that very few people fly to and start out the basics there. Eventually, you can start trains going to some of the more built up airspaces. Just slowly upgrade yourself as you introduce new airports to new areas. I'm trying to think, it's actually the runway just to the left of this one. That's Turkish Airlines that crashed short of the runway. That was due to a stall. 2003, 2004 if I recall correctly. Welcome FS Madness. Nope, right hand today. We should be on the co-pilot side. But no. If they made a left-handed HOTAS Warthog, then maybe.
400.
Right, sterile cockpits. Woo, that's a bit of a radio tower sticking out. This is a crane. Talk about positioning. Talk about clearance. Right, we're committed. Who's the crane at the end of the runway? The aircraft just about fits. We're committed.
60, 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard.
Idle throttle. And down. Reverse thrust sets. $80 knots, 60 knots, reverse thrust idle. Let's exit the runway just to the left. That crane came out of nowhere. Didn't really throw me off, but I'm just looking at that tower. I thought it was like a radio beacon or something, but no. It's a crane! The arm is right across the runway there. Not what I was expecting. Right, flaps up. We'll leave the land lights on for a couple of moments since we need to cross the live runway.
11:46 p.m. and it's currently about 90 degrees Celsius. You can now use
Easy
your mobile
18,
devices
continue cross runway 27 left, after to cross stand Delta 16 Terminal 1 via Delta via Bravo,
This is your final destination.
November
Thank you for
Echo.
flying with us.
Cross runway, Terminal 1, Delta Bravo Echo for easy 3818, thank you very much. So across the runway.
Air Milan 2 Bravo Delta, bonsoir, avec information Bravo à bord. Demandons clémence pour un vol IFR à destination de Bordeaux.
Air Milan Bravo Delta, bonsoir monsieur, comment allez-vous?
Parfaitement, et vous?
Ouais.
I can't lie,
Je crois
I
souvent en
like
ce
the
moment.
controller.
Donc mise en route approuvée à Gopa 3 Alpha, la 27 gauche en service, niveau initial 120, transpondeur 2065.
Off the runway now, we'll turn off landing lights. And we'll turn on taxi. We'll start up the APU.
Donc Air Milan 2 Bravo Delta, en effet on se croit souvent. Donc piste 27 gauche en service, niveau initial 120 et transpondeur 0265.
Relecture correcte.
Yeah, his accent's not, his English is not the best, his English, but it's more than understandable. And ultimately, he gets us here in one piece. I'll have a look at my FMS later to figure out why there was no 27 for the approach, but oh, I know we didn't turn on start. I was waiting for the flap to open. If there's no flap, then I can't start up the APU. Sorry, stat page. So now the flap's open, now I can start it up. Yeah, so local centres can speak their own languages.
Désolé, j'ai oublié de vous confirmer donc un départ à Gopa 3 Alpha.
Oui, c'est correct.
You can speak your own language within your own frequencies, but English is the international standard, so... Say love you again to ATC. Perhaps once we get to stand, if they do clear us off, then we'll exchange pleasantries. Paris is such a frame rate heavy airport compared to others. Finding out the stand you spawn on is easy because it tells you in the menu which ones you've spawned at. We're back across this bridge now. Very nice. No worries, Mason. You take care. Have a good one. Not at all. Local centres. I mean, you go to Spain. Spain's, I guess, one of the worst when it comes to speaking their own language when it comes to ATC. Innsbruck. Not tonight. Not tonight. At some point I need to fly from Vienna. I bought the Vienna scenery, but I haven't actually used it yet, so... I need to fly to Vienna at some point. The control tower, that's where our guy's currently sitting right now. So we've crossed the bridge. It's not too far now till we get to our stand.
Air Milan 2 Bravo Delta, sommes prêts pour le repoussage et la mise en route des moteurs.
Repoussage approuvé face sud, rappelé pour le roulage.
Repoussage face sud et on rappelle pour le roulage. Air Milan 2 Bravo Delta. Merci.
So super unfamiliar with the airport. So actually, we need to go taxi to over... Well, there. That's where we need to go to. It's a bit of a trek away. Yeah, merci et bonsoir. That's the thank you and good night. Studied French for 6 years at school. I know, because that stand over there is the easyJet stand. So easyJet park at Terminal 2 Delta. In real life, 2 Delta. Paris Charles de Gaulle right now. We're at Paris Charles de Gaulle. So that's one of the most frame rates heavy airports in the sim, if not the most frame rates heavy. Why take so long? Because we've got to go over to our gates, which is a mile away from us. Got to be realistic. Got to take it to the right place. Thank you, Elite, for €5. Should do transatlantic or Europe to Asia. Stay tuned for Saturday. That's what I'm going to say. Stay tuned for tomorrow. Okay, left hand turn. Not now, but next one. Yeah, 1918 right at Hamburg's a while. Sorry, that's sorry, Amsterdam. Frankfurt, sorry, there's one at Frankfurt as well. It takes a while. Madrid is horrible to taxi at. Madrid takes forever. Compared to some airports, this is actually rather light. Waiting for. Whoops. Small hills everywhere. Thank you. Oops, I missed that. So we have to stop behind you, are we? Thank you, F Madness, for the £1. Just pause, no worries. Right. Just gonna go around you. I've been stuck. We stuck? We're stuck. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm trying to stand right now, but we are beached. Come on, plane. You can do it. Can you do it? No. No, no, it can't. Okay, slew mode it is. Thank you, slew mode, for your gift of quick travel. Greetings from Finland, Mitä kuuluu? Velota. Reverse thrust him off the bridge. What magic was that? That, my friends, is slew. The greatest gift that Microsoft Flight Simulator has ever given us. But we're nearly there. We are very nearly there. It's Y key. Do you not know how to use slew? Seriously? That's like a standard feature of Microsoft Flight Sim. Press Y on the keyboard. We'll go to gates, I'll end the flight, and then I'll show you how to use slew mode. I thought that was a standard. Go park up next to the Wizard. Park in between those two aircrafts. LATAM. Okay. Welcome back, LATAM. See you back from the dead. FPS right now, getting about 15 for Paris. Like I say, Paris is by far the laggiest of all the airports. Right, so we're coming to position. Hold the brakes. Parking brakes set. APU active. Turn off the engines. Turn off the beacons, off taxi lights. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Paris. Local time is 11:47, local temperature is 17 degrees centigrade. We hope you enjoyed your flight of easyJet today, and we wish you again on a future flight with us soon. Cabin crew, disarm doors and cross-check. Checklist, because you know it all. Eventually you learn it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Paris. Local time is 11:47, local temperature is 17 degrees centigrade. We hope you enjoyed your flight of easyJet today, and we wish you again on a future flight with us soon. Cabin crew, disarm doors and cross-check. Right, so let's open up the ATC menu. What you'll say, thank you to control. So, Easy 3818, merci beaucoup, and bonsoir. Thank you very much. Right, so tune to ground services. We'll call the jet bridge. Snell power's active, so turn that on. Turn APU off. The jet bridge will now connect up to the aircrafts. Oops. Just a couple of moments. We shall then be deboarding the airplane. 600 viewers? Oh gosh, you guys are getting the... like I said, this is the laggiest of all the airports. Do you think New York is bad? You haven't tried Paris yet. You're a little bit off there on the jet bridge. Could have got a bit closer, couldn't you? Right, so let's pop open the menu. Cabin, well, the aircraft's deboarding now, which is fine. 95% satellite, which is good. And some passengers are slowly off the airplane, so not on the aircraft anymore. A few of them just slowly deboarding. Right, let's end the flights. So, U2 3818, we're an A320neo from Krakow to Paris Charles de Gaulle. 1 hour 58 minutes airborne. We departed 6 minutes early actually, which was always good. We then landed about 30 minutes early, which is again very good. 176 on board, very satisfied. 154 minute landing, 290 block time. Thank you, Flight Reports, for the, Stavros for the 229. Thank you very much. Not much, but a bit of return. No worries, man. Always appreciated. So, that's all good. Soft landing, ahead of schedule. Everyone's happy. If I save it and go to records, I can then view that online. And hopefully, if not because it hasn't loaded it yet, but eventually you can then post a link and share that around. So, yeah, I think that's about it really. We'll jump into the aircraft. We'll go for a conduct setup since, well, at this point, the aircraft now be clearing up for the end of the day. So, overhead panel will turn off. We'll turn off the heater, set them for cold. We'll turn off the IRSs. Make sure that the strobe lights are now off, as is the navigation lights. Start power off. Batteries off. So that's the aircraft to an end for today. So 737 in the game. Oh right, so you're probably talking about where is it? There's a couple of aircraft in the sim which the IVAO adds. So that's there's none there at the moment. So there's none now. Let's say A320s as well. So there's a few A320s here, liveries. But IVAO, if you're flying for ATC, you do get the full models. We've got 1,000 views and the stream's coming to an end. Seriously guys, you should have come in 2 hours ago. Anyways, right, well you guys take care, have a good one. Tomorrow we'll do a flight from Vienna in the morning, and then tomorrow in the evening we shall fly from, we'll do transatlantic, so we'll do London Heathrow to New York, that's the plan. I'll show you slew modes. I will quickly turn off the IVAO for that. So we're disconnected now, we're offline. So currently tunnel 2 Bravo, 2B. Tomorrow, fly transatlantic. On Sunday, I haven't decided the flight plans yet. And then from Monday, I finally get to take a bit of a break.